Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-day world currencies, stock markets and commodities wrap-up for Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. Key world currencies showed mixed performance against the US dollar. The greenback gained most notably against the yen, rising by 1.31 to 143.72. Against the Aussie dollar, it strengthened by 1% amid strong downward volatility. Looking at returns, the US dollar has shown the strongest weekly gain against the Australian dollar at 0.6%. Year-to-date, however, the greenback has declined most significantly against the Swiss franc, down 9.3%. The US dollar broke upward against the loonie after 6 days of flat trading. Against the yuan, it's up for 2 consecutive sessions, while showing downward volatility over the past 6 days. Year-to-date performance shows broad weakness in the US dollar, with notable declines of 5.2% against the Singapore dollar and 6% versus the Kiwi. Weekly returns, however, show modest gains across most pairs.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. Thailand led gainers, rising 2.2%. Israel and Mexico showed strong positive trends. Austria reached a new all-time high, marking its 5th consecutive up day. Ireland broke upward after 3 days of consolidation. Year-to-date returns show Austria and Mexico leading with gains of 31.6% and 26.2% respectively. Thailand lags with a minus 5.6% return. Week-to-date, Mexico shows the strongest average daily return at 1.25%. Among underperformers, China dropped the most at 2.3%. Turkey hit a 1-year low, breaking downward after 5 days of sideways movement. South Korea and Taiwan both moved sideways, while India fell for a 2nd consecutive day. Year-to-date performance shows Turkey as the weakest, down 15.5%. China has gained 12.4% despite today's decline. Week-to-date, Turkey shows the largest decline at minus 2%, while Taiwan remains nearly flat.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Gold futures maintains a very strong positive trend despite closing down at 3,373.40 off 49.40. Silver futures dropped 2.2% to 32.62, while copper futures fell 3.2% to 4.62. Palladium futures shows strong upward volatility. Weekly returns show mixed performance in metals. Gold leads with a 3.3% gain, while aluminum lags, down 2.4%. Year-to-date, gold shows impressive strength, up 27.7%, while aluminum has declined 8.9%. In energy markets, natural gas futures bucked the downward trend, rising 4.6% to 3.62. Both Brent and crude oil futures show very strong negative trends, with prices remaining flat over the past 3 days. Year-to-date performance in energy markets shows significant declines. Crude oil has fallen 19.2%, while Brent is down 18.7%. Natural gas shows relative stability with a modest weekly gain of 9%. Live cattle futures hit new all-time highs for the 3rd consecutive day, closing up 1.4% at 212.43. Feeder cattle also reached a new record at 298.38. Lean hogs maintains a very strong positive trend despite 3 down days. Strong year-to-date performance in livestock, with lean hogs up 19.7% and feeder cattle gaining 13.4%. Class 2, milk shows recent momentum with a 3.7% weekly gain despite being down 6% year-to-date. Grains show weakness across the board. Wheat futures broke downward after 4 flat days, dropping 1.5% to 529.50. Corn fell 1.3% to 449.50, while soybean futures recorded its 4th consecutive down day. Week-to-date returns in grains remain negative. Corn leads declines at -3.6%, followed by wheat at -2.3%. Oat futures shows some resilience with a modest 1.5% weekly gain despite its strong negative trend. Soft commodities showed mixed performance. Sugar hit a new all-time low, dropping 1.7% to 17.14. Cocoa showed strength with a 2.9% gain to 9,191. Coffee futures and cotton futures both broke downward after 3 days of consolidation. Looking at year-to-date returns, coffee leads with a gain of 20.5%, while orange juice shows the largest decline at -47.8%. Cocoa has gained 3.5% this week, showing the strongest weekly performance among soft commodities.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-day world currency, markets and commodities wrap-up. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Liquidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency and commodities. Thanks for watching.